Have you ever imagined a world without humans? Now, this may seem like a bizarre question, a hypothetical that stretches the limits of our imagination. Yet it's a thought that holds the power to intrigue us, to send shivers down our spine, to make us question our existence. Why? Because it challenges the very fabric of our understanding. It forces us to consider the unthinkable, a universe devoid of our presence, a planet with no fingerprints of humanity. The idea of a world without us is as compelling as it is terrifying. We are, after all, the architects of civilization, the engineers of change, the narrators of history. Without us, the world would be a canvas without a painter, a story without a storyteller. Imagine Earth spinning in the vast expanse of space, absent of human life. The cities we've built, the monuments we've erected, the roads we've paved, all standing in eerie silence. The hustle and bustle of life as we know it, replaced with an uncanny quiet. The world as we've shaped it, left to the whims of time and the relentless march of nature. But what would this world look like? Would it be a desolate wasteland, a monument to a species that once was? Or would it be a paradise, a testament to nature's resilience and adaptability? Perhaps it's a world where the skyscrapers we've erected stand as colossal tombstones. Or maybe it's a world where the concrete jungles give way to actual jungles once again. The thought is unnerving, yet fascinating. It's a journey into the unknown, a voyage into the realm of speculation. It's a question that makes us reflect on our place in the cosmos, on our impact on this planet we call home. It's a question that makes us ponder the legacy we'll leave behind, the footprints we'll etch into the sands of time. So, in this vast universe of endless possibilities, let's delve into one where we don't exist. Let's explore the concept of a world without humans, the consequences, the changes, the transformations. Let's embark on this thought-provoking journey, shall we? In the absence of human interference, nature would start reclaiming its spaces. Imagine a world where the endless chatter of human activity has ceased. The cities, once bustling with life, are now silent. The world's metropolises, once the epitome of human achievement, are now left at the mercy of Mother Nature. And Mother Nature, patient and relentless, begins her slow yet inevitable reclamation. The first to respond would be the vegetation. Tiny green shoots would sprout from cracks in the concrete, gradually becoming vines that creep up and overtake the towering skyscrapers. Our cities, once glimmering with steel and glass, would slowly be swallowed up by a sea of green. The ivy and moss, in their quiet, persistent way, would invade the urban spaces, gradually breaking down the concrete and steel structures, returning them to the earth from whence they came. The crumbling of man-made structures wouldn't be an instant spectacle but a gradual process. Buildings, monuments, bridges, all would slowly succumb to the elements. Rain, wind, and time would wear down the once imposing structures, reducing them to ruins. The cities would become ghost towns filled with decaying relics of a world that once was, but it wouldn't be a world devoid of life, far from it. The re-emergence of wildlife in these urban areas would be nothing short of remarkable. Deer would wander the overgrown streets while birds would nest in the skeletal remains of skyscrapers. Predators would roam freely, hunting in what was once a human domain. The echoes of human civilization would be replaced with the sounds of nature, the rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, the growling of predators. In the absence of humans, the world wouldn't end. It would adapt, it would change, and it would thrive. The concrete jungles, once a testament to human ingenuity, would be replaced by actual jungles teeming with life. The world in its own way would heal. As the concrete jungles crumble, the actual jungles would thrive. What would happen to our furry friends in a world devoid of humans? In the initial days following humanity's departure, domestic animals would face severe challenges. Our homes, once bustling with life, would become silent and still, causing deep confusion for our pets. With no one to fill their bowls, hunger would set in. Imagine a loyal dog waiting eagerly by the door for its owner. Days would turn into weeks and the dog would grow thin and weak. But the instinct to survive is a powerful one. This domesticated canine, once reliant on human companionship, would venture out into the world to fend for itself. Cats, with their independent streak, might fare better. Their hunting instincts, though dulled by generations of domestication, would reawaken. They would stalk the shadows, hunting rodents and birds. But what about the animals we've bred to be utterly dependent on us? Think about the teacup poodle or the hairless Sphinx cat. Initially they might struggle, their pampered lives ill-preparing them for the harsh realities of survival. But life is resilient. Even these creatures might find a way to adapt, their descendants gradually reverting to a more primal state. Farm animals would face their own trials. Cows, sheep, and chickens locked in their pens would starve if not freed. But those lucky enough to escape would return to a more natural existence. Cows might form herds, grazing on the lush grasslands that would spring up in our absence. Chickens would scratch out a living in the undergrowth, their numbers kept in check by predators. Fish in aquariums and birds in cages would meet a more tragic fate, trapped in their artificial environments with no chance of escape. Yet, for every tragic end, there would be a story of survival and adaptation. From pampered pets to survivalists, their transformations would be a testament to nature's adaptability. The world without humans might be harsh, but it would not be devoid of life. Our furry friends left on their own would find a way to carry on. They would adapt, evolve, and in the end, they would thrive. From pampered pets to survivalists, their transformations would be a testament to nature's adaptability. Without humans to manage them, what would become of our nuclear power plants? This chilling question brings us face to face with one of the most daunting specters of a world devoid of people. Our civilization's reliance on nuclear power has dotted the globe with over 400 nuclear reactors. These giants of industry, once symbols of human ingenuity, could become ticking time bombs in a world without us. Without the regular maintenance and oversight provided by human hands, these reactors would inevitably shut down. But that's only the beginning of the story. As cooling systems fail due to lack of power and upkeep, the heat generated by nuclear fuel rods could lead to what is ominously known as a meltdown. This scenario would see the core of a reactor heat to such extremes that it melts through its containment structure, leading to the release of radioactive material into the environment. But what would this mean for the world left behind? The immediate vicinity of these nuclear disasters would become irradiated wastelands, devoid of life. But life, as it has a habit of doing, may find a way. The lasting effects of radiation on the environment and animal life is a topic of much debate among the scientific community. Some argue that the impact would be devastating, leading to widespread mutations and a collapse in biodiversity. Others propose a more hopeful outlook, suggesting that life would adapt to these new conditions, leading to the emergence of new species better suited to this irradiated world. Beyond the immediate fallout, the long-term effects could be even more profound. The radiation could seep into the soil, poisoning plants and wildlife for many generations. The genetic legacy of this exposure could cause unforeseen changes in the evolutionary trajectory of life on Earth. In a world without humans, our nuclear legacy could be both a curse and an evolutionary catalyst. This paradox is a stark reminder of the profound impact our species has had on the planet, and how the echoes of our existence could shape the world long after we're gone. Can you imagine the silence in a world without humans? Picture this. No more cacophony of car engines, no horns blaring in the distance, no hum of electricity, and no clamor of construction. All the sounds that we associate with progress and civilization, all the white noise that forms the backdrop of our lives simply gone. This is the silence of the cities, the quiet symphony of a world without people. It's a concept that might be hard to grasp, given how we're so accustomed to the constant hum of human activity. But in this world, the sounds we take for granted would cease to exist. No more chatter of voices, no more laughter or cries, no more music playing from a nearby radio. There would be no more roar of airplanes above or the clatter of trains on their tracks. The world would fall into a profound silence, a silence so deep it might seem deafening. The silence wouldn't be absolute, however. Nature abhors a vacuum, and in the absence of human noise, other sounds would take center stage. The rustling of leaves in the wind, the chirping of birds, the buzzing of insects, the crash of waves on the shore. These would become the new soundtrack of the world. In the heart of what were once bustling cities, the echo of animal calls would replace the urban roar. The lone howl of a wolf, the soft hoot of an owl, the rustling of small creatures in the undergrowth. These would be the sounds that fill the air. In this world, the rhythm of nature would be unbroken by the rush of human life. The only sounds to be heard would be those of the earth itself, the whisper of the wind, the creak of branches, the pitter-patter of rain on leaves. The cities, once teeming with life and noise, would become quiet havens for wildlife. The skyscrapers, the highways, the parks, all would become part of a silent, post-human landscape. In this quiet world, the only sounds would be that of nature, a symphony of the wild. With humans out of the picture, would the giants of the animal kingdom return? Without the interference of mankind, the world would become a stage set for the return of the giants. Large animals that have been pushed to the fringes by human activity could reclaim their rightful territories. Imagine a world where the call of the wild wolf echoes across the plains once more. These cunning creatures, having been largely eradicated from many parts of the world, could once again roam freely, their numbers swelling as they spread across the land. Now, let's turn our attention to the mighty bears. The disappearance of humans would certainly signal a new beginning for these powerful predators. The vast expanses of land previously occupied by us would provide the perfect habitat for bear populations to flourish. Those icy expanses of the north and the dense forests of the west could once again reverberate with the roar of these majestic beasts. And what about the big cats? From the elusive snow leopards of the Himalayas to the pumas of the Americas, the feline hunters of the world would find a newfound freedom in a world devoid of human intrusion. Their territories would expand, their numbers would multiply, and they would return to the apex of the food chain where they once reigned. Of course, it's not just the predators that would benefit. The absence of humans would also mean a resurgence of prey species, their numbers kept in check by the return of their natural predators. The balance that was once tipped in favor of humans would be restored, leading to a revitalization of the natural order. The world would become a place where nature, in all its raw and untamed glory, would take center stage. The giants of the animal kingdom, long suppressed by human activity, would rise again. Their roars, growls, and howls would fill the air, a testament to the resilience of nature and a reminder of a time when they ruled the earth. In our absence, the animal kingdom would reclaim its lost thrones. In the end, a world without humans would be a world reborn. Let's hark back to the key points we've journeyed through. We pondered the unthinkable question: what would happen if there were no people in the world? We envisioned Mother Nature reclaiming her lands, her rivers, her skies. We saw domestic animals facing a dire fate, their survival hanging in a precarious balance. Our cities, once bustling with life and activity, fell silent. The noise replaced by the eerie whispers of the wind and the crumbling of our once great structures. Then came the nuclear question, the abandoned power plants, the potential for cataclysmic disaster. But even amidst the possible nuclear winter, life, as it always does, found a way. The world was not left barren, but was instead repopulated by the return of the giants, the creatures that once roamed our lands freely, unimpeded by urban sprawl or human intervention. This is a world reborn, a world that has undergone a drastic transformation. Yet it isn't a world devoid of life. Instead, it's a world where life has adapted, has evolved, has continued in our absence. It's a testament to the resilience of nature, to the enduring power of life itself. Yet it's also a stark reminder of the footprint we leave behind, of the changes we've wrought on this planet, changes that will echo long after our departure. It's a wake-up call, a plea from nature herself, urging us to tread lightly, to respect the delicate balance of our ecosystem. In the grand scheme of things, we are but fleeting tenants on this earth. But the earth, the life it harbors, will endure, will thrive, even in our absence. So while the thought of a world without humans is a chilling one, it serves as a stark reminder of our impact on this planet and the enduring power of nature.